You don't actually control your money, not the way you think, because the moment your money enters the system, it stops being just yours. And if that sounds wrong, good, because this is where most people misunderstand everything. You've been told a simple story: work hard, earn money, save it. That means you own it. But that story breaks the second you look closer, because money today doesn't just sit somewhere, it moves constantly through banks, loans, markets, and systems you never see. And once it moves, control changes. Let's start with something simple. Right now, where is your money? If it's in a bank, it's not sitting there waiting for you. Banks don't hold money. They use it. The moment you deposit money, it becomes fuel for the system. Your money is lent out again and again and again. Your savings becomes someone else's loan. That loan becomes spending. That spending becomes income. And the cycle continues. Your money is no longer static. It's part of a machine, and that machine decides where it goes. But here's where it gets more interesting. Banks don't just move money, they create it. Every time a loan is issued, new money appears digitally. No printing, no physical cash, just numbers added into existence. That means the total amount of money is constantly changing, expanding, based on lending. And those decisions, you don't make them. Now go one level higher above banks. Are central banks. Institutions like the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank. They don't deal with your daily transactions. They control the environment everything runs in. And they do it with one tool: interest rates. Sounds boring, but it's not. Because interest rates control behavior. Lower rates, money becomes cheap. People borrow more. Businesses expand. Markets rise. Everything accelerates. Higher rates. Money becomes expensive. Borrowing slows. Spending drops. Growth weakens. Everything tightens. One decision. Millions of consequences. Jobs. Prices. Opportunities. All shifting. Because of a number most people never think about. And here's the part that matters. These decisions are not made by you. They're not even made the same way political decisions are. But their impact is bigger than most laws, because they don't just influence money, they influence the cost of living. Now think about governments. When they need money, they don't just rely on taxes, they borrow. They issue bonds, and those bonds are bought by banks, institutions, even other countries. So governments don't operate outside the system. They operate inside it. They depend on it. They rely on access to money flows. And that changes everything, because control isn't just about having money. It's about influencing where money goes. Now, zoom out. The global economy isn't a collection of separate countries. It's a network. Currencies are connected. Markets are connected. Debt is connected. If one major system shifts, others react. If interest rates rise in one place, capital moves somewhere else. If confidence drops, money leaves fast. This is not random, it's structure. And in a system like this, control is layered. No single person runs everything, but multiple institutions shape the direction. Banks decide who gets access to money. Central banks decide how expensive that money is. Governments decide where it's spent. Markets respond to all of it. And most people are reacting, not controlling. Now here's the uncomfortable part. If your money is in the system, if your income depends on the system, if prices around you are shaped by it, then your financial reality is influenced by forces you don't directly control. That doesn't mean the system is broken. It means it's built to operate at scale, to manage entire economies, to keep money moving. Because if money stops moving, the system stops working. So control isn't removed, it's distributed across layers you don't see, which leads to the real insight. Money isn't just something you own, it's something you participate in. A system, a network, a flow. And once you see that, everything changes. Because the question is no longer, how much money do I have? It becomes, how much influence do I have over the system that defines it? And for most people, that answer is smaller than they think. So now the real question is this. If money moves through a system, and that system is shaped at multiple levels, then who actually controls it? And where do you stand inside it? If you want to understand how power, money, and global systems really work, subscribe to War Economics. And tell me in the comments, do you think you control your money? Or are you just part of the system?